There's nothing better in the summer than taking a nice family trip to the beach, unless you're landlocked, in which case we do apologize. But as great as it is to go for a dive in the ocean, you have to be extremely cautious. It doesn't matter whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, or on vacation overseas. It's something you've definitely got to be wary about. Obviously, you know to get out of the ocean as soon as possible if a shark was spotted or if the tides start getting too large, but there's one thing that people don't tend to pay attention to when it comes to being safe in the ocean. We're, of course, talking about rip currents. Rip currents take thousands of lives each year, but it's been proven that 95% of people either don't know about them or don't see them as a potential threat. Well, today we're going to go over what a rip current is, how to identify one, go over the different types of rip currents, and what you should do if you get caught up in one. 4. What is a rip current? Rip currents are channels of water which flow away from the shore and back out to sea. As more and more waves come into the shore, water will continue to pile up until it eventually needs somewhere to go. Instead of returning over the reef or sandbar from which it came, the current may take the path of least resistance and be funneled into a channel between two obstacles. How it works is when waves break on the sandbars before they break in the channel area. When waves break, this causes an increase in water level over the bars that are relative to the channel level. It is because of this that a pressure gradient is created. This is created due to the higher water level over the bars. Pressure gradients then drive a current along shore, the feeder current. The longshore currents converge and turn seaward, flowing through the low area or channel between the sandbars. 3. Types of rip currents. Although they all have a similar effect to one another, there are actually 3 types of rip tides. First, you have your flash rip. This type of rip current is one that can form suddenly out of nowhere, but can also vanish just as fast as it appeared. The reason it vanishes so fast is all because of the decreasing water levels and increasing wave heights. These ones are difficult to spot due to how quickly they come and go. Before going to the beach, you may want to read up on how the weather is and how the waves are. You can never be too safe when it comes to things like this. Next, you have the more common riptide known as a fixed rip. This variant is something that can occur between sandbars towards the shore. These sandbars can cause the riptide to stick around for days, weeks, and possibly even months. And finally, you have the permanent rip. As you can probably guess from its name, it's a riptide that is essentially ever-present. This riptide is more common in reef-like areas and more often than not remains as a permanent obstacle. 2. How to identify a rip current. As we previously stated, rip currents and rip tides can occur anywhere there are breaking waves, including large lakes. Now, it must be said that they're not that easy to spot. If they were easy to spot, then there wouldn't be as many people in danger every year because of them. It doesn't matter how good your eyes are, they're very difficult to spot, and you won't know about them until you've either been swept up in one yourself or if you see someone else who's been taken by one. So be sure to heed warnings that are posted and issued by lifeguards and the like. 1. What can it do to you? If you're caught in a riptide, don't panic. Follow these simple steps and you should be safe. First thing you should know is that you shouldn't fight against the current. It's a complete waste of energy. Fighting against it is only going to make things worse on you. Also, keep in mind that the current is more likely to pull you away from the shore rather than drag you underwater. This is why you need to try and keep your feet as grounded as possible. If you're close to shore, you shouldn't have a problem. However, if you're a little further out, it might be a little more difficult. Obviously, signal for help if you're a bit far out. Make sure to use your arms as well as your voice to get someone's attention. Someone is bound to see you when doing this. If a lifeguard doesn't come to help you, again, don't panic. Riptides are surprisingly easy to get out of. Instead of trying to fight the current, simply go along with it. Riptides aren't as wide as you think. You're maybe looking at 100 feet at the most. So rather than swim against the current, swim along the shoreline. Eventually, you'll be free of the riptide. If you're not much of an efficient swimmer or you're simply out of energy, again, don't worry. The solution is simple. Now, hear me out here. Simply float on your back and go with the flow as if you were going down a lazy river ride at a water park. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's actually an effective method. Once the rip current dissipates, you can do the parallel swim thing or try to signal to the lifeguard or someone else that you're in need of help. And that's everything you need to know about rip currents. Hopefully you find this video helpful and are more aware of this potential danger. If you have any more tips, please let us know in the comments section below. Please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button so you'll be notified when we've uploaded new videos. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.